So I'm going to record most of my video inside because I just tried to do it outside and it is extremely windy here and you couldn't hear anything I was saying. So my name is Caitlin and my content area is social science. So I created a lesson for a middle school geography class, and the lesson is all about making maps and reading maps and anything to do with maps. So before you go outside, you're obviously going to want to teach kids like the elements of the map, like the title, the key, the scale, things like that. And so you'll teach them that first, and you can teach them different types of maps. There's like a topographic map and just maps that feature like physical landmarks and stuff like that. So you'll want to teach them the difference between those. And then when you go outside, you're going to want to break up the kids into groups, and you're going to assign them an area of outside. So if you're on a playground, you might assign a group a certain part of the playground, or if you're not at like a school with a playground or something like that, you can just assign them like different parts of the property. So like north of the building, east of the building, you know, the football field, like things like that. And so so when they go off in their groups, they're gonna be like exploring their area and trying to form a map of their area. And so they'll want to have their graph paper out there is what they're going to make their map on. And so the main thing that you want them to do is you want them to draw the map to scale. So you'll explain to them that, say there's 2 features in your area, so say 2 trees. You're going to want to tell the kids, like, you want to know the distance between those trees so that you can draw it to scale on your map. So say the distance between the 2 trees is 20 steps. Well, on your map, do you want one box of your graph paper to be 20 steps, or do you want one box to be 4 steps? So then you would have 5 boxes between your 2 trees. Something like that. And so you're going to want to make sure that they understand they're supposed to draw the map to scale and provide a key for the different physical landmarks and things like that. And they need to come up with a creative title. And so that will target your kinesthetic learners and your visual learners. For your auditory learners, I thought it would be fun maybe the next day after the kids finish up their maps and make them look nice and fill in the details. The next day maybe you could have the kids take each other on tours of their areas. And so they maybe make copies of their map and let people have a copy of their map while they're giving them the tour, and they can think of like funny backstories for like the football bleachers or like the 2 trees that they measured the distance between. Just like make it creative and make it interesting, and then that would target the auditory learners. So I'm going to go outside and I'm going to show you the map that I made of just the area around my house to give you a better idea of what I mean. And so bear with me, it's really windy outside. Molly, stay here. Molly, stay here. Sorry, my dog was trying to escape. Anyways, this is a mess, but okay, here, I'm under the carpet. That'll help. So, on my map, I have my key over here, and I have my directions. And so the shaded in blocks, they represent buildings. So like that's my house. So that's my house on the map. And then there's 2 trees over there, and my key says that trees are 2 parallel lines. So I have 2 parallel lines next to my house. the key says that that is a road, so you see that that represents where the road is. We have another building over there, and that's there on my map. And then, like this represents the sheep pen, because I live on a farm, so I have a sheep pen down there. And so yeah, I gave my map a creative title. I called it Caitlin's Funny Farm because I live on a farm. And yeah, so that's my map, and that's basically what you would want the kids to do, except I don't have a scale, but you would explain that, like, you would want to find the distance between those trees and say it was 20 feet, so each one of these would represent 10 feet and something like that. So there's my lesson. Sorry it's so windy.